Hey guys, it's Ben the Coin Geek at Old Pueblo Coin. Thanks for joining me today for an open box video where we get to look at some pretty cool coins that we just got graded, and also we get to enjoy a fancy little crackout that we did here, and we'll see how that turns out. Let's start first with the coins du jour here. We've got this 1837 half dime little guy, kind of hard to see without looking close. We'll talk a little bit about grade and what would you call originality, toning, tarnish, all those things, and how they look or don't look, and strike as well, because this is one of those coins that's very hard, I think, at first glance to grade properly. You kind of have to get the totality of the coin to understand what you're looking at here. And so when you first look at it, it looks probably just maybe a little bit grungy to y'all if you haven't had a chance to look too close at it. So we're going to get a little bit of a turn in the light here and try to see what we're seeing on this coin and try to understand the difference between what is wear and what is just strike. And this guy here is actually, there's a few different varieties on this 1837 half dime, and this one is the small C, which is a little bit more scarce on this guy here. So we're looking at a coin that's a small 5C cap bust AU58. And at first it probably looks like maybe not that high of a grade, but it has an extremely original surface quality to it and does not have any wear, not anywhere. I should try to be a little bit more careful when I speak there, but has very, very little signs of wear to it. Usually we're used to seeing something that's kind of bright and lustrous to get a grade like that, but also originality, I think, has its own reward at times. Some of these coins may end up for sale right away. Some of them we may end up sending off to CAC, because one of the other things to really, really talk about in this video here as we look at that 1873 quarter is that since PCGS started their Everyman set where you collect AU58 coins and put them into your registry, the AU58 market has gone up. They're driving prices up on coins like these first two that we're looking at. So this 1873 seeded quarter came back AU58. I should add a backtrack here because this guy is a type of coin that's actually really pretty scarce in the grade that it's in. The half dime, that might be a $2,000-ish type coin, especially if it gets the CAC sticker on it. So there's not as many of these coins available in the AU58 and with the stickers on them, and so there's been kind of a push in that market. So some of these may go off to CAC to see if they will get stickers. That is just what you would call a market play. That is just the way people are currently collecting things and kind of how we look at it. This is another coin that is probably anywhere from about 700 to 1,000, just depending on whether or not people really like it. If it goes to auction, if it gets a sticker, what are they looking for? There's a pretty broad range of value on certain coins that you don't see come to auction as much or to sale as much. But those first two coins are decent examples, especially that half dime of coins that you don't see very, very frequently in the marketplace. This coin is something you'll see a little bit more frequently. This is going to be this 1928 from the Philadelphia Mint. Standing Liberty quarter, one of my favorite little designs. That whole 1916 move we had in U.S. coinage, the most beautiful movement in U.S. coins. You had the Mercury dime was created, the Standing Liberty quarter, and the Walking Liberty half dollar. Just a great, great set of coins. Ideally, in my mind, we should go back to not these designs specifically, but creating designs on coins that look just like very nice, artistic, beautiful, attractive. And while we're at it, let's put silver back in them. Heyo, okay, MS62 full head. So this coin will talk a little bit about the full head nature of these coins. The Standing Liberty quarter, one of the coins that gets a special designation based on strike. You can see the line that's separating the headdress on there. It comes all the way across the cheek, the forehead down in front of the ear. There is no ear because there's a headdress piece on, and that's a good way to get a nice full head designation. Nice white color. And MS62, you've got a coin that has a good eye appeal to it. You know, I could use a 3 on this, but I don't think 2s and 3s have that big of a difference in price point. You know, probably in this market, a $400 plus coin. You know, and depending on when you watch the video, maybe it's $1,000 by now, or maybe it's $20 because everything went to in a handbasket. 1881 Carson City Mint. So this is one of the ones that we see a lot of uncirculated. So the 1881 Carson City Mint coin, amongst a lot of the Carson City Mint coins, where you will see them circulated very rarely and uncirculated almost entirely. Now, a lot of them have really low mintages, so they're still pretty tough. Your 1880, 81, and 85 are all kind of kissing cousins, if you will, as far as like overall price points, give or take. And then your 82, 3, and 4 are the common years, and then you have the outliers that are more expensive. This guy here came back in MS63. Nice standard grade. I like that. You know, for me, that's also, I felt this was nitpicking a little bit. If it's going to be a nice unk, just call it a 3. If it's not a blazer, you don't need to go beyond that. But this is just a nice, even-looking coin with very original surfaces and a lot of chatter on it, but nothing too distracting. And the reverse, of course, is gorgeous, as is the case with all kinds of Morgan dollars. MS63, I think in the marketplace, that's a little bit north of 700 on that. So coins that people consider sending off to CAC or not CAC for stickering probably depends on just value adjustments. Like both of these coins are a little bit more common on the right. Not the type of thing usually someone will send in unless they just want to spend the money and try to get a sticker on something. Coins on the left, yes, please. And speaking of yes, please. All right, guys, this one, you know, you can tell me what you do with this one. The what would you do will come later, but this 1847 seeded dollar. You know, seeded coinage is kind of fun in general. You've got some variation of design. Sometimes people say with motto, without motto. Here's a good example. It's just so you can see really clearly. You look above the eagle and there's nothing on the dollar, and on the quarter you see the "In God We Trust." So when you see in a coin book or an auction catalog, no motto, with motto, that's the motto. The "In God We Trust" is the motto. You know, it's not everyone's motto, it's just mine. So we're going to look at this here and say, what is the value, what is the grade on this 1847? This one is really cool. It actually has such a nice, just steely gray color, and then just some interesting little tone to it. Came back a nice XF45. And you can see on this guy, it is a coin that has most of its detail and almost no luster. And so that's kind of a classic look for something that's going to be in that extra fine range. You just definitely start to see actual physical wear on the high points on the coin and the luster wearing away. It can be a little bit deceptive. You can find coins that look like this that sometimes get called a 50, although you'd want a little bit more luster to get to a 50. This coin has a nice finish to it with that original quality. Thinking back to this half dime, you know, once again, you've got something here that's just original. So this also is a coin that you don't see as often. It has kind of a unique quality to it, and it's something that we may just send in for stickering and see if they will sticker it. I really, the more I look at this coin, the more I just kind of like it. And some coins in the marketplace, you can get extra from another collector or a dealer if a coin just has really, really nice eye appeal, and that might be on this list. This coin is, you know, probably roughly $1,000 type coin, maybe a little bit less. We'll see. Now, of course, we've got the crack 'em out problem here, this 1948 Denver. For those of you who watch the channel more religiously, happy motto to you. And also, if you've seen this coin before, you probably already know that I don't know, Colorado Rocky Mountain High. I'm trying to remember, some of you will remember before I do, what state I was in, state of euphoria, state of ignorance, when I bought this coin in an annex holder, because I've seen coins like this straight graded, and they trade in the marketplace for hundreds and hundreds of dollars. And so I said, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and buy this coin and spend too much money on it, and then I'm going to try to sell it, and if no one buys it, I'm just going to go ahead and crack it out and send it to PCGS so that it can come back questionable color. Of course, that was not actually my intent. You know, I am happy to learn in this process. I will say I've got some more pennies that look just like this that are in annex holders that I got for a lot less than this one. I'm gonna dollar cost average down my losses and still lose more by buying more. This is insane. So you can tell me what you think of this coin and what you would do with it. The difficulty for me is that like I think I already said, seen coins like this in holders straight graded, and we're kind of in a marketplace where some of those maybe in older holders, we're seeing more and more the grading companies say, you know what, if we're not sure, we're just going to throw a questionable color on it. And the thing about this coin that I like is that I'm not seeing any signs that would show up as something that has been artificially colored. In other words, usually there will be some other hints at it, such as lots of little freckles or spots that oftentimes are associated with it. Also, the general gradation of colors, so you have like a gradient color pattern instead of like one dominant color. Because if someone can go ahead and color their coins like this, then well, then I think it's fair to just call everything questionable color, because usually when someone's trying to tone a copper coin, you know, artificially, you're going to come away with one or two color palettes. You're not going to go from turquoise to blue to teal, whatever colors exist out there. I'm a man, so I don't know the color wheel really. It's just like there's red and blue and green. But for those of you out there, if you know things like salmon and rose and coral, congratulations. Anyway, that is a coin that y'all can tell me what you do with. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I'm Ben the Coin Geek. You can subscribe by clicking on the owl button in the corner and watch more videos on the right side of the screen. Thanks.